Chris Anderson ist Chefredakteur des visionären US-Technologie-Magazins Weichert und weiß, wie das Internet funktioniert. Der User sei bereit, für journalistische Angebote zu bezahlen, solange er denn ein Premium-Produkt erhalte, findet Anderson und macht sich für sein Freemium-Modell stark. Aber ist die Kombination aus bezahlten und freien Informationen wirklich die Zukunft des Journalismus?
I think the word doesn't extend to the full breadth of what's going on. There's a bunch of words that made sense in the context of professional media. The internet has obviously opened up distribution channels to everybody. And so now the vast majority of people who are writing, video, audio, all the traditional forms of content, the vast majority of those people are not professional journalists. What they're doing competes with professional journalism, not in that it's exactly the same thing, but it competes for attention, it competes for time. What is a Facebook page? Is a Facebook page content? Yes. Is it information? Yes. Is it news? Depends. I mean, if it's information about my community, about people I care about, it's news to me. Is it news to you? No, because you don't care about that community. But if I read accounts of my own particular interests, robotics. If I read an account of a robotics contest written by a participant, what is that? Is it journalism? No. But it serves the role of journalism. The web is an ocean of content. Some of it amateur, some of it professional. I care about the reputation of the originator, but there are ways to get a strong reputation. They are not just having a professional affiliation. It's a marketplace out there, and you can earn trust with having New York Times on your card, or you can earn trust by having done a great job for a long time and being respected by many people. Technology, it's really simple. I mean, technology has opened distribution to everybody. That's that technology is the internet, it's the web, it's any number of technologies. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they're all just different variations of the same thing, which is an open platform. Once you have an open platform, all of these distinctions you're making, between professional and amateur, between the nature of the content, about the rules of content, all those things blur. Because they all get mixed from the user's perspective. It's a pipe, and in the pipe comes lots of stuff, and these fine parsings of institutional taxonomies are not meaningful to most consumers. Most journalism is not newspapers. You look at this. We're not a newspaper. We have a very successful website. It's journalistic. There seems to be this mistake to see the world of media through the lens of daily newspapers, where there's just so much more to it than that. I mean, are you asking, is there a business model for journalism? Of course. I mean, you're looking at one. We have a monthly magazine, very successful. Our circulation's never been bigger than it is right now. We have a website, journalistic. The traffic has never been bigger than it is right now. I don't see the problem. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to agree with you on this. I mean, how can you say they don't have credibility? How can you say they don't have brands? I mean, they do, of course. Some bloggers have incredible credibility, incredible brands. Some of those brands are journalistic, some of them are otherwise. I mean, what is Perez Hilton? He's got a brand. Credibility. most blogs don't even attempt to be journalistic. Most blogs are about people's passions. I'm reading bike blogs about people who write about bikes. They have incredible credibility. There are ways to achieve reputation, credibility, authority, accuracy that are not journalistic. They come out from just basic principles of fairness, basic principles of earning the trust of your readers over time, principles of correcting your errors, principles of linking to people, giving credit where credit is due. These are just basic principles of fairness. The idea that you can make money from free should not be a surprise to people in the media industry. That has been the principle of broadcast media from the very beginning. So radio is free, and it's advertising supported. Television is free by and large, and it's advertising supported, or sometimes state supported. Many print publications are free online and advertising supported. If you ever ask yourself why, at least in the United States, you can buy newspapers on the street from a box that doesn't limit how many copies you take, you'll understand the real business model of newspapers. It's not to sell copies, it's to sell audiences to advertisers. So the idea of giving away content and making money from a third party, in this case the advertisers, is completely conventional. What we're seeing with the web is, taking that to the ultimate extreme, which is that, at least in the first waves of the web, there's been this presumption that content is free because the reproduction costs are so close to zero that you don't have to pay it back immediately, and because free allows it to spread widely. So content is free because it can be, and because the ultimate aim of content is to be read, is to be consumed, and the best way to get the maximum consumption is to limit the barriers to entry. So we're moving towards what we call freemium, which is a combination of free and premium. And this is often misunderstood as free versus paid, and it's not free versus paid. It's 100% free versus like 90% free. And the question is, what is the other 10%? Free is a given. Free is what the marketplace requires. If you want to be mass, if you want to be read, if you want to be part of the broader conversation, it has to be free. But not all of it has to be free. And the question is, if the Wall Street Journal and the Financial Times can find a way to take a segment of their readership, say 10% of the readership, the most engaged, the most frequent, and turn them into paying customers on the grounds that, compared to the time that they're investing in the product, that the money is relatively insignificant, then perhaps all of us can find that 10%, can find some premium products that we can charge for. Now, unfortunately, every publication, every form of media is going to have to figure out what the premium is themselves.